Boom, 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 boom. This is my theme music today. Boom, 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 boom. What up? I'm Mauricio Rivera, and this is my dumbass opinion about everything. So, check it out. What's going on right now? Let me turn up the light a little bit. Let me turn up this light. I didn't pay for it to not be bright. You know what I mean? I didn't pay for the motherfucker for it to not make me sweat. Now, off rip, you notice something different. There's no microphone. There's no microphone. There's no. I'm not recording into my iPad so that I can upload to SoundCloud. No siree, Bob. We are 100% committed to YouTube, I suppose. This is how we're doing it now. And I didn't realize till right this second that those things were kind of my safety blanket. Like I can hear myself in the mic, and then like it was a timer over there, and you know what I'm saying. It was a bit of a some tricks to make this shit look better and validate me. It was tricks to validate me. I felt like a radio host. But let's see if we can get this done today, this episode, without my safety blankets, because I don't think that they're necessary anymore. It was just a waste of my time, and it was clunky. So, again, I'm Mauricio Rivera. This is my dumbass opinion on everything. And in this episode, I have a very, very serious question that was almost a statement. I almost made it a statement, but it's still hope that this is just a question. Are we doomed? As a society, are we fucking finished? Is society as we know it over? I was watching Idiocracy last night, and that was supposed to be, I think, the year 2550 or some shit like that. But it damn near looked like a future documentary. It's pretty scary. So my question is, are we doomed? And I've made some points so that we can address these, and then maybe we can see if these are the 7 signs of the fucking apocalypse. Okay? I don't want to depress anybody. I don't want to depress myself. But these things need to be talked about. Okay? We're going to start off with the comment sections. And I know how lowbrow of a place to start. The fucking comment sections. But it's a good place to start. See, every single comment section is full of complete fucking maniacs yelling the first thing that comes to their mind as they scroll past. And this is now how the world communicates with one another. Yell out the first thing that comes to the top of your mind. Like, these are private. A lot of these times people are having, private conversations, or they're making statements. And the comment section is the equivalent of some motherfucker walking up on your circle at school while you're having a serious conversation and yelling out, "I bet that bitch wanted it." Some shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, impulse opinions are plastered everywhere. Like, I was this football player fucking because he just screwed my team. Well, actually, he helped us dodge a bullet, but he's been accused of sexual assault. This shit ain't new. People being accused of sexual assault. I don't know if that man is guilty of that. I don't know him. I know he's a piece of shit for what he did to my team, but I don't know if he's guilty of sexually assaulting this woman, or not. But when you see the comment section on the post about this, I mean, there are literally hundreds of motherfuckers, some of them professionals in there, saying shit like, I bet she fucking wanted that shit. Bitches ain't shit. Stop capping. You lying. And it's like, look, check it out. Maybe, right? Maybe she's lying. Women are not above that. If we're equal, we're going to have to share that we're equally pieces of shit. So women are not above lying, but what if she's not lying? I mean, she said the dude jacked off on her back and then held her down, and you know what I mean? What if she's not lying and you yelled that shit out? You know what I mean? Now, I used to think that these were only 12-year-olds or like schizos or motherfuckers that lived in basements and shit like that did things like that didn't realize it'd be a better idea, even if you thought she was asking for it, or even if you think the bitch is lying. I used to think that the only people who knew that it was better, who didn't know that it was better to just keep that shit to yourself. I used to think like that, like I said, they were 12-year-olds, schizos, you know, those people you see, fucking wife beater on, stained up, funky, nasty, sloppy, 50 sandwich eating motherfuckers. You know, I thought it was them trying to get their kicks off. But then I started to realize that these are people sitting in work trucks. They're teaching classes. They're politicians. They're people that I know. People that I do know. I see you. Instagram has made it so that your comments are no longer buried in the hundreds of comments. Yours is right there on highlights. So I see your fucking formally well-adjusted ass. And I can no longer call you well-adjusted if you sitting there saying a bitch asked for it and you don't know the particulars of the goddamn case. That's just a crazy thing to say. You know what I mean? And these are people, like, if you were examining them in their daily life, you'd never realize that they couldn't control the psychological urge to yell out attention-seeking madness in a public forum. You know what I mean? The comment section has emboldened the idiots, and they're escaping from the cages of anonymity. So now all communication is clickbait. Shock value. Hey, look at me. I'm extreme as fuck with cutting edge humor. Like, that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how we talk to each other. Like, extreme. I'm crazy. Look at me. Look at this hot take. Everything's a fucking hot take. Click on this. Click on that. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. And while you're here, I still don't have shit to say. You know, so that's one thing. That's one of the signs of the apocalypse, is that the comment section is slipping into real life. That's bad. Egos and vanities. The second sign. Now, the world's always been full of egos and vanities. I think that's just a human trait. A very human thing. But it seems like a whole generation of teenagers don't have parents. If you were just looking from the outside, it just seems like they don't have parents. Generation X, my generation, we're so focused on the mistakes of baby boomers and the misguided ballsiness of millennials that we've started to completely ignore the youth outside of marketing to them and complaining about them. You know what I mean? There's very little talk on what to do with teenagers or how to help them, how to guide them. And since they're up next and we don't even know what the fuck's on their mind, our egos are going to screw us in the long run. Our egos got us out here living our best life. And when we're 60, these teenagers are going to be running shit. And we'll be lost because we weren't in on their development. Because we're out here living our best lives. We're not giving input. We're not telling them what we know. We're just looking at them like, can we make some money with these niggas? Nah, but then they fucking suck. You know what I mean? And I don't want that disconnect, you know? I don't want them and the millennials plotting against us, you know? So, pay attention to teenagers. Pay attention to the youth. But I don't think it's going to go in reverse. I think our egos, you know, the 40 is the new 20 type thing. 30s, and it started with the 30s and the 20, 40 is the new 20. And I get it. I still feel young as fuck. But there is a such thing as youth, and there's such thing as guidance, and they need it. And we're not giving it to them. Another thing is, that really, as a fighter, this next thing gets to me. When I say I'm a fighter, it means that I've had several fights in my life. Like, when I say several, I mean dozens. And when I say dozens, I mean almost 100. And when I say almost 100, maybe over 100. I'm a fighting motherfucker. It's not to say I'm good at it. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying I'm bad at it. It's just I'll get in with you, man. So this next thing bothers me because I've grown to control these things, these urges and these impulses. You know what I mean? Because it's socially irresponsible. Everybody don't want to do that. I get it. It's not that time and space. But we fell into a culture of petty and mean. We don't fight. We're just petty and mean. So we love to see a fall from grace. We love to see angst and turmoil. We especially love it when it's wrapped up in humor, right? Being petty is a badge of honor, right? I'm king but petty. I'm the petty godfather. That's a man called himself the petty godfather. A man, you know. And mean is the new funny. Being mean is the new funny. And what sucks is that these mean-spirited people all over the internet, all these, hack-ass comedians and shit like that, assume that the whole world should share the same humor. So these comedians get to judge what should and what shouldn't hurt your feelings. You see what I'm saying? Now, that's kind of putting the world in a tight spot, like overall meanness and just being crazy, and then you saying, oh, toughen up, they're just words. Oh, they're just words. But like we all know that psychologically some words send people to suicide. So we know that some words manipulate people to giving their whole life away. So we know that they're not just fucking words. You know what I'm saying? And what I'm saying is, if they're just words, and if you're free to just hurt me indiscriminately, then I'm free to just say it's just getting slapped. I just slapped you, cuz. I did that couldn't have hurt, could it? I just slapped you. That no big deal. People get slapped all the time. Toughen up. Learn how to fight. You know what I mean? That's not fair if I say that, because you've decided that hurting my feelings, psychologically, I'm here, is less than me like just slapping the shit out of you. You know what I mean? And I think that me slapping the shit out of you is way less detrimental than you saying some shit that I gotta pour over for fucking a year and break down. And you know what I'm saying? So I have a feeling that if more people got slapped and beat up for trying to be funny, under the guise of an insult, motherfuckers will find new ways to be funny. I love comedy. Dave Chappelle, love him. Bill Burr, love him. The GOAT. Why I can't call my nigga? Oh, Patrice O'Neal. I love him. But then that's because these dudes are intelligent and their jokes have points and they have overall social scope. But then you get, like I said, these motherfucking clown ass, hack ass motherfuckers that dude don't talk like a this, you know what I'm saying? And then wanna back up and say, oh, it was a bad joke. No shit, it was a bad joke, nigga. You're a comedian. You're a comedian. You out there. You know what the fuck works. And you don't have to be shocked. You don't have to do none of that to be one of the funniest motherfuckers out there. Now you can speak if you have commentary on a Chinese food restaurant. That's fine. There's ways to have commentary on a Chinese food restaurant, an Ethiopian food restaurant, without being racist. You know what I mean? But that's y'all. And y'all think that, oh, everybody should toughen up. All right, toughen up and start. You should toughen up then. Because I think everybody should start just beating up people who offend them. Fuck it. See? Anyways, diminishing comprehension is another big thing. Diminishing comprehension. Because I know for a fact that we've reached a level of information consumption that's so off the scales that once seemingly intelligent people can't even process the information in a basic text or an email. I know this for a fact. Smart motherfuckers that you have to explain just two basic sentences to. Like, they'll twist them all around, but it's not their fault. It's because they're processing a bunch of shit. People are reading and hearing things, completely misunderstanding it, and then giving commentary on it. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem. They'll read something that you wrote out, you know. Man, I had a very weird day today. I'm not sure what's going on with the universe. So-and-so is suicidal. You know, that's a crude example, but that's how people are processing information. It's just boom, boom, boom. They're not... Yeah. You hear something, you read something. If you don't know, if you're not sure what the motherfucker's saying, ask. Don't run out and give this sensationalist account of something that you don't understand at all. It's fucking up the way the world communicates. Is this the last one? No. It's an important one, though. Moral bullying. Moral bullying. Because they're vegan, and they too loathe this weird-ass president of ours, they feel like every opinion that flows from their brain is validated in righteousness. People who can't see past the emotions of their immediate cause, yelling at the top of their lungs at someone who is trying to speak on the topic with logic and ration. People don't see the psychopath nature of comments like, I like dogs better than humans. Because you can control a dog. A dog has no opinion. You feed it, it follows. You know what I mean? That says more about you than it says about humanity. Because as a human, I have a right to be here. You know, just like your fucking dog. Just like the snakes. Just like everything. It's really weird, you know, that people act like, you know, just being a human means you suck in comparison to animals. Man, fuck that. No. We're here for a reason. We have every single right to be here. We've done things. We've kept this place from being a fucking nightmare of an existence. Fuck out of here. You like dogs better, then go live with a pack of dogs. There's people who say these things. They don't live amongst the dogs. They live amongst humans. You know what I mean? But these are the same type of people who think that you should respect their opinions because they come from this fucking radical liberal place, and they say shit like, you know, I like humans better than dogs. And they think that means you're supposed to... I would never trust a motherfucker who told me they liked an animal more than they liked human beings. Unless this person had dedicated their lives to animals. I'm talking about Jane Goodall hugging motherfucking chimpanzees in the middle of the wood, living there and shit to the point they remember you and you one of them. Then you can say that. But to just say that because you don't know how to fucking communicate outside of your little punk ass pack, that's crazy to me. I'm sorry. I got a little worked up. I have a person in mind. I shouldn't do that. Let's slow down on the moral bullying. The left especially. The right, they ain't really got no morals. Yeah, whatever. Anyways, you know what? Let me get back to that. The right, they do. There are conservatives with plenty of morals, and there are plenty of leftists who are amoral. And I guess the point that I was making is because they have views that tend to be, that sound more loving, I suppose, more friendly, then you kind of just like, oh yeah, they must be righteous. But if you pay attention, they're really not, you know. And then you got some people on the far right, and I it's not right for me to lump these fucking maniacs with just true conservatives. You have a right to be a true conservative. And it's not fair for me to lump you with the behavior of a bunch of fucking idiots from the Appalachians and shit like that. And it's not right for me to lump all liberals with some free bleeding kombucha loving fucking festival freaks either. You know, so sorry. Anyways, last couple of things. Popularity contest. This means a lot to me. Creative output has been reduced to tricking an algorithm. That sucks. We're losing the goal to be great and replacing it with the goal to be seen. I've had this diffuser going the whole time, and I really hope it didn't fuck up the sound on this video. Turned off the fan, forgot to turn off the diffuser. Motherfucker. Anyways, yeah. Replacing the goal to be great with the goal to be seen. Creativity, like, is what makes us human. It's our mark on this world. And we're handing it over to a numbers game. You know, nobody's saying, if I make the dopest shit possible, if I make the hardest video possible, if I give, you know, if I present myself as a real and true musician and I get this, then I'll bubble. That's not what it's saying. It's like they got a team of people like, all right, this is what you're going to do. You're going to take a picture where part of your dick is showing. Right? We're going to get this person to write about it. When they write about it, blah, blah, blah. You got 50 steps before you got a song motherfuckers could listen to. Even art, it's a numbers game. So that's bad. Society suffers when creativity suffers. Society suffers. And the last and certainly not least is money and attention. Money and attention. What do you want me to say about that? You're on the fucking internet all day. You know what I'm talking about. That's all anyone wants, and they want it at all costs. So I don't know. Are we doomed? Can we fix this? Is there some psychological path we can take a couple generations down and bring a return to the intelligence? Or is this it? We in for Idiocracy. That movie where we all drinking, like, we spraying Gatorade on crops and shit because it has electrolytes, and we speaking the hodgepodge languages, and everybody's fucking stupid because the dum-dums kept reproducing and the smart motherfuckers tapped out. Are we doomed? My name is Mauricio Rivera, and good luck.